a 4 or 5, a 3, 4 is 5.
Now at 7 a.m. on today in LA weekend, a shelter-in-place order now lifted after this massive fire container. LA are live this morning. New details we're learning overnight, and the latest in the fight to put out the flames. Turn to the recent storms. One person is dead after this tree toppled over onto cars in Winnetka. We're going to hear from witnesses and one man who narrowly escaped death.
And now that the bulk of the rain has passed, we have winds to contend with. I'll have a look at the extension on a wind advisory that we have in place for this morning and this afternoon.
You're watching NBC. Here's what's happening today in LA.
Morning, everyone. It is Saturday. And as we take a live at the LA River that is once again a little bit puny compared to last weekend when it was a much different story. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Michelle Valles. Such a crisp morning this morning. Kelly Moody here with us with the latest. Winds making the headlines as well.
Yeah, we've got some wind to look forward to, but the bulk of the rain has passed. We have some spotty showers out there still. I'll show you where we're expecting to see some of that action, but definitely improvement from where we were. Right now, I'm taking a live look outside at the Ontario International Airport, where you can see in the background the San Bernardino County Mountains. A lot of cloud cover gathered around them, where we're still seeing some snowfall. A few spotty showers in Ontario early this morning, but I'm not seeing anything right now. Most of this wraparound moisture that we're seeing is making its way across spots in the high desert, so stretching from areas northeast of Santa Clarita into Lancaster, pretty much behind the mountains. That's where we're seeing some of that additional rain, right near Victorville as well. But I expect most will continue to see dry conditions for today, and at times possibly windy ones. Here's a look at our current wind gusts. We've had some spots up to even 40 miles per hour. Ontario, again, making the list of things to talk about for today. 15 to 25 mile per hour peak wind gusts that we've seen for Thousand Oaks, Santa Clarita, and Van Nuys. This weekend, though, I do expect we will continue to calm down. While spotty showers are possible this morning, drier conditions are ahead for Sunday. I'll have a look at what you can expect for the upcoming holiday week in a few minutes.
Kelly, see you soon. More than 40 containers caught fire aboard a cargo ship in San Pedro, prompting a large response from firefighters and a shelter-in-place warning by communities. That order was lifted about half an hour ago. Let's check in with NBC4's Annette live in San Pedro with an update on the firefight. Annette, good morning.
Hey there, good morning to you, Michelle. Well, we can tell you that certainly several agencies were out here fighting this fire. We're talking about Port Police, LA County Fire, as well as the Coast Guard, all of them coming out here with multiple resources. Now, this fire broke out yesterday evening just before 6:30 p.m. Let's go ahead and show our viewers some footage. News Chopper 4 as it was flying over the port yesterday. Now, again, several agents out here battling this blaze. We know that over 100 firefighters were called out. Had fire boats just dousing the flames aboard this container ship, trying to get it all under control. Thankfully, all 23 crew members who were on that ship made it out safe and well. Now let's go ahead and show our viewers some of our latest footage. This is video that just came into our newsroom overnight. Drone footage from the area there. You can see the ship being taken out further to sea as crews continued the firefight. Now, according to officials, the crew reported an electrical fire coming from below deck that spread to the shipping containers on board. What is burning? Well, we've said it, 40 containers, some of them having hazmat materials. It's unclear exactly what was inside of them. Not all of them were accessible because some of them were very deep well in there, situated in the ship, and that is why we also saw hazmat crews being called out here late last night. So again, still a situation that they are getting under control, but as we mentioned, that shelter-in-place order has now been lifted. We know that 4 terminals were impacted. They were closed down. Workers out here were told, obviously, off the clock, go home. This entire area had to be secured as they were continuing their firefight. But we, of course, will be monitoring the situation, of course, bringing you new details as soon as they become available to us. Michelle, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you for that update. Happy to hear all the crew members are okay. Our recent storms have turned deadly in Winnetka. The 75-foot tree fell on at least 2 cars yesterday afternoon. It happened on Mason Avenue, forcing the street to close for several hours. One man who was driving to pick up his wife narrowly escaped death.
And all of a sudden, I just saw some thunder or lightning kind of. And a big tree fell on my car. I didn't even realize the tree fell on my car. Then everything was smashed to pieces. Car came standstill, and I didn't know how to get out. The airbag came and protected me.
The LA Fire Department was able to free that man from his Toyota sedan, but the driver in a white Nissan Xterra SUV behind him did not survive. The tree crashed directly on his car, pinning him inside.
The window is right here. I was actually just relaxing on the bed, and I heard that devastating sound. So obviously the first thing I did was jump up and open the door and look outside. And I looked, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I tried to push it up a little bit, and there's no way I'd be able to do it. You know, it took 7, 8 firemen just to cut the doors off, to cut the trees off, to, you know, get saws and equipment.
It's still not clear what caused the tree to suddenly fall, but Officer Barbu calls it an act of nature, possibly connected with the recent rainstorms. Several families are without a home this morning after this apartment fire in Rialto. It happened late yesterday afternoon near Cactus Avenue and Washington. Firefighters say that fire spread through the attic of a 2-story, 16-unit building. Additional fire crews came from 5 other cities to help. No injuries have been reported. The LA County Fire Department is launching an investigation into why there was reportedly a 3-hour delay in getting evacuation orders out to parts of the west side of Altadena during the Eaton fire. The LA County Fire Chief said in a statement that questions still remain about the reported delay, and his department is working with the county to find an independent counsel to investigate. According to attorneys who are suing SoCal Edison, all but one of the 19 people who died in the Eaton fire lived on the west side of Altadena. Meanwhile, happening today, an encouraging sign of progress for wildfire recovery in Altadena. A grand reopening celebration will be held at Mariposa Junction. The owners of some of the shops here are getting ready to welcome customers again 10 months after the Eaton fire.
A little hectic right now, but we're excited to reopen. We've already had people from the community dropping in and shopping, so we're hoping for a good holiday season, that, you know, people will get the message that things are open again up here, and they'll go up the hill.
And the grand opening celebration runs today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All right, we're taking a look outside at our Universal camp. Right now, we've got cloudy skies overhead, but it's dry. We are not any rain outside. 58 degrees, winds remaining calm here, but we know they've been breezy, even gusty for some folks, especially as we look a little bit closer towards spots in Ventura County along the coast. So we're continuing to monitor those winds for you this morning into this afternoon. There's also ongoing mountain snow, but for most of us, we'll be seeing temperatures warming into the upper 60s for the most part. Pretty comfortable conditions as we continue through the rest of today. And I expect we'll even be maybe a hair or two warmer as we look ahead toward tomorrow. Things should be nice and comfortable. And then we've got the holidays. We are counting down. Your Thanksgiving is only 5 days away. Christmas, 33 days. New Year's Day, 40 days. But of course, Thanksgiving is top of mind for everyone. The good news is that things are going to be improving substantially when it comes to our weather. And we're going to keep things pretty warm, dry, close to what I would consider normal for this time of year. But we do have some winds to contend with over the next couple of days. The potential for Santa Ana winds that are expected to pick up as we look toward the middle of this upcoming week. So we'll be tracking those conditions for you a little more closely. coming up in your complete First Alert forecast. Michelle?
Kelly, thank you so much. Still ahead on Today in LA Weekend. Brace yourself. The countdown to the Thanksgiving holiday travel rush is underway. What AAA is predicting on the historic number of travelers this year. Plus, a series of burglars worth thousands of dollars in the San Fernando Valley. More on these burglaries and why recycling centers are being targeted and what the owners are saying about it. But first,